Hello everyone, I'm Paul and this is problem 3643. Flip squares and matrix vertically. This is an easy problem and here I will show you my thought process and efficient solution. We are given a grid and three integers, x, y, and k. So if we are given this input, here is the visual representation of the grid. Now, x and y are the coordinates of the top left corner of a square submatrix, and k is the size of each side of the submatrix. So here x is 1, y is 0. So we are looking at this cell. And k is 3. This means that each side of this submatrix has a size of 3. So we are looking at this submatrix. Our job is to swap rows. In this example, we have to swap these two rows. And given that we have an odd number of rows, the middle row stays as it is. Here you can see the result. After swapping these two rows, we get 13, 14, 15, then the same middle row, and then 5, 6, 7. Now, if x was 0 and k was 4, the submatrix would be the entire grid. So in this case, we would have to swap the first row with the last one, and then the second row with the third one, okay? So for this input, we have to return this matrix. The solution here is quite simple. We have the coordinates of the top left corner of the submatrix. The only slightly confusing part is that we are using x for rows and y for columns. Now we start from row number 1, column number 0, meaning from this position. And we also have the size of the sides. This means that we can iterate every cell in the submatrix with a nested for loop. We go from x to x plus k and from y to y plus k. Okay, that's how we iterate every cell here. Now this is fine, but we are about to swap rows. For example, in this case, we swap rows 1 and 3. So when we are here, we are swapping 5 and 13. This will become 13 and this will become 5. Now, if we iterate every cell in the submatrix, next when we are here, we are swapping these two numbers again. And we want to avoid this. So actually the solution here is we can iterate half of the rows. If we have 3 rows, we are iterating only 1 row. And from this row, well, we know that this is row number 1. And now the question is, how do we target this row? In this case, number 3. One easy trick here is that we can keep track of rows in within the submatrix. This is row number 0, this is row number 1, and this is row number 2. So now, when we are standing here, we know that this value belongs to row number 1, column number 0. Now the question is, how do we get this value? Well, we can take this row, which corresponds to x plus k minus 1, minus the count of the current row, okay? 1 plus 3 minus 1 is equal to 3. So now we are standing at row 3. And from this point, we need to subtract the current row in within the submatrix. In this case, row number 0. And 3 minus 0 is 3. That's how we reach this row. And the column is the same. So now we can swap these two numbers. This is 13, this is 5. Next we are here, we repeat the same process. Remember that we are only iterating this row. From this row, we can swap these two numbers. This is now 14, this is now 6, and next from this position we can swap these two numbers. This is now 15 and this is now 7. So finally we return this. As you can see, we are iterating only half of the rows in within the submatrix, and we are doing this by keeping track of the rows in within the submatrix. Time complexity here is big O of the size of each side, meaning k square, because we are iterating every cell in the submatrix, and space complexity is big O of 1 because we are modifying the grid directly. So with this in mind, now let's see how to code this up. We are keeping track of rows in within the submatrix. So we will have a variable submatrix row that's initially 0. And now we can iterate every cell. for I in range from x to x plus k, and for j in range from y to y plus k. Now we only want to iterate half of the rows, so if at any point some matrix row is exactly equal to half of the rows, we just break. Now, how do we get half of the rows? Well, we can take the total number of rows within the submatrix, which is given by x plus k minus x, and we divide this by 2. So if we have already iterated half of the rows, we break. Else, we are here and we can swap elements. For the current element, we take read ij, and for the element in the second half, we take read, and regarding rows, we take x plus k minus 1, meaning the last position, minus the current row count. This is some matrix row. And for j, we keep j. Okay, and we can swap elements like this in Python. And here we take read ij. And after doing this, we can update some matrix row to the next number, and finally down here we can return the grid. So this is the entire code. I think this is right. Now let's submit this and see if it works. As you can see, this works and it's very efficient. So if you found this useful, please drop a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.